when we talked about food and where our food came from, our children thought it came from the grocery store and not the fields.
All the food that comes out of the earth is what we need. This is where the medicine is. This is minerals, all minerals and things, and just to breathe this and smell it and feel it is power.
So we have to say, why are we having all of these diseases at a higher rate than any other race in America? Why do we have the highest diabetes rate? Why is this? Why do we have the highest high blood pressure rate? Why are we going blind at the highest rate of any other racial group? What's going on here? You say, well, maybe it has something to do with junk food.
Junk food, right? Period.
Junk food as a
junk food.
$1. The fast food restaurants that's killing us. It's that GMO food, the corn, the corn and the soy.
You can buy used shoes, used clothes, and used cars. What the hell is more important than food? You can't buy used food. Corporations learned a long time ago. We're looking at the wrong deal. Food is what we should control. Food is how you control people.
Getting into all of these diseases, you know you're dying, your friends are dying, this one's got heart problems, this one has arthritis.
We aren't growing quality, we're growing crap. Poorest quality crap the world's ever seen, we're growing it today.
25, 30 years ago, somebody had cancer. Whoa, that was really... But now, it's an everyday occurrence.
You know what? We have a cheap food supply, and so we're sick. It's ridiculous. We should be paying for healthy food, and then we'd be healthy.
This one has prostate disease, and so you have around you examples of what would happen to you if you keep eating the way you're eating. We're in a crisis here.
The 50s was the beginning, because, after the war, all these chemical compounds and all these chemists that worked on the war, they needed jobs. So what did they do? They turned it all into agriculture.
The Nazis. So these Nazi guys, Nazis.
The very stuff of food itself, seeds, are being turned into a commodity.
A third of Americans are obese. America is one of the richest, most progressive countries in the world. Shouldn't it be one of the healthiest too? Instead of eating a diet of pure, wholesome foods coming directly from the land, Americans eat a diet of packaged, processed, and refined foods.
The reason I'm working so hard at this is because we're actually killing our children with food.
Approximately 162,000 of 449,000 South Carolina children ages 10 to 17 years are considered overweight or obese according to BMI for age standards. Scientists aren't sure why, but obesity is more common among African descendants, Hispanics, and indigenous peoples of this country. Asian Americans are the least likely population to become obese.
The adult population, 34% are obese.
Yes.
That is...
And so part of our job, these kind of new black agriculturalists, is to reframe agricultural work as an act of self-determination, to empower ourselves as opposed to make somebody else rich.
Because in 2006, we just felt the need, Malik, our chair, felt the need to get the community together to start trying to take control of our own food system.
To sustain our community, you've got to have roots to the land. You've got to have some attachment to the land. Otherwise, you're not going to have anywhere to stay.
I think the work I do, like pulling out the weeds, it's like meditation. You forget everything what you're doing. So you come 2 hours here and you don't exist.
And I think that stems from farming forming a community as well as producing that community from the grassroots up.
When I was on the farm as a little boy, it took a year and a half to get a hog big enough to eat. Today they get him in 4.5 months. Food that you find in the store today should not be, it's not fit for human consumption.
Did you know most, if not all, of the cattle we eat is corn-fed?
That's corn silage, high moisture corn, which is the yellow kernels you see, and then we feed some byproducts, potato chips, and a chocolate blend, which is has some cocoa shells. You see some M&Ms with it. It's a byproduct from Hershey and Mars.
Today they're feeding these animals corn, I believe?
A lot of corn and soy products, yeah.
What does that do? Is that their natural thing? Is that changing?
No, it's not the natural. The natural thing is for cattle to eat grass and hay, not corn. But corn and soy gets them to the market faster, so the profit margin is greater. And that's what it's all about. It's all, you know, try to get it to the market faster. And that's not necessarily better, but faster so there's more profit.
I want you to know that we can all make a difference by making different choices, by buying our food directly from local farmers or neighbors we know in real life. Some people say organic or local food is more expensive, but is it really? With all these things I've been learning about the food system, it seems to me that we can either pay the farmer or we can pay the hospital.
Look into what you're eating, because a lot of the things that you eat